Now, this map that you're working on is interactive already. For example, if you choose the preview link right here, a new tab will open up, and you can see that as you click on the counties, this little detail box slides into view over here, and it shows you, for example, just the name of the county here, and something called the GeoID, which was some information, basically a geographic ID code that was embedded in the KML that you got from me. So what we want to do is get our rent data onto this menu here, so that as a user, when I click on Davidson County, I see some information over here about what the median rent for Davidson County is. All right, so let me close that preview. Try, by the way, not to mess around too much with the pointing and clicking on this map, your editing map. If, for example, if I click on this county, Sumner County, notice how the borders of it get selected. If you're not careful, you can actually pick Sumner County up and move it somewhere else on the map, which is kind of devastating for your map because it becomes very difficult to get Sumner County back where it belongs. So try if you're going to work on, it's fine to work in this area, but if you do, just grab the map out here outside where the counties are and drag it around that way and zoom in and so forth. When you start clicking in here and you activate the borders around a county, it's easy to move stuff out of place, so just watch out for that. If that does happen, you probably need to just regenerate the map and start over, because you're not going to be able to get that county back in place. So if you want to test stuff out and poke around and see what the menu looks like, just hit that preview button and do this, because you can't. This is locked down. You can't screw this one up. Okay, so test it out in preview mode there. All right, so let's look at how to get the data onto that detail window that slides up. The easiest way to do it is to find these three dots here in the layer, and click on those and choose Open Data Table. And then you get the little table that contains the data that pop up in the detail window when you click on a given county. Remember, here's the name of each county. It's in the name column. And then there's that GeoID thing that popped up. We got this blank description column that kind of comes with the file. You can ignore that. But what we need is a column that we can type our rent data into. And it's as easy as just clicking on this little down arrow here. Let's pick the description column and insert a blank column before that, to the left of that description column. Now you have some choices here. You can go with text. You can go with numbers or a date and time, or a true/false option. For this round, let's keep it as text, because I want to paste this data in with the $ characters and the commas and everything. That might look a little bit better on the actual map. We do need to give the column a name, so let's call it median rent. Okay. And stick a little colon and a space after it. That'll make it look a little bit nicer in the detail window. So median rent, a colon and a space, text, not numeric. We'll fiddle with a numeric version of this later, and I'll show you the advantages of doing that. But click Add, and now we have this median rent column in the data table. And guess what's next? Yes, you can type or copy and paste, if you like, the median rents in here. So again, we don't have anything for Cheatham County, so let's just type no data for that one, like that. But we do have a median rent for Davidson County. I just clicked on it, by the way, with my mouse. That entered it. I think if you hit the Enter key, it'll work as well. But let's go get Davidson County's median rent. So Davidson County, let's see, Davidson, here we are. It is $1,192. Just going to click Copy, or Control-C to copy. Go back to the map, Davidson County. Have to click on the little cell here to select it. Right-click, whoops, and Control-V should paste. There we go. Let's see, Robertson County is next. Let's see, where's Robertson? Okay. again, copy, and Robertson County, double click, Control V to paste. All right. I'll get the rest of these done and then come back, so you don't have to watch me copy them all in. I'll be right back. Okay, so there's Wilson County's $1,060 median rent, and I have the rest of them in here. I've double checked them. I think they're correct. Now I can close the data table and watch what happens now in the preview mode. So now when I click on, say, Nashville, there's my median rent figure. It's even nicely formatted with a dollar sign and the comma. Now, I really don't want users to see this GeoID thing when they click on the detail window. That doesn't make any sense. And also, name is kind of a odd a header for the county field. We might want to change that as well. So let's look at how you can customize that. Change this lowercase name word to something like county perhaps, and then also hide this GeoID thing right here. So let's look at how to do that. Let me close the preview mode out again, and very carefully, all right, click on one of the counties. Again, don't move it around. That would be bad. But click on one of the counties just once, enough to select it, and then find this this edit icon here. It looks like a little pencil. Click that, and you see that you've got the different fields here, the different information fields, and they're all checked because they're all by default set to show up in the detail window. Well, we don't want GeoID to show up, so let's uncheck that one. And then if I click Save, watch what happens. Let's close this back out. If I go back to preview mode, now the GeoID code is missing. It's hidden. Awesome. We didn't even have to delete it. We just hid it. So that's how to select what will show in the detail window and what will not show in the detail window. Sometimes you end up with more things in your data file than you want to appear in this detail window. So that's how to do that. Let's look now at how to change this this name heading right here. Again, we'll zero this out. Unfortunately, you have to go back to the data table to do this. It would be nice if you could just click on this thing right here and this name thing and edit it somehow, but you can't do that. It won't let you. But what you can do is you can make a duplicate of it and then give the duplicate column a more descriptive name. So let's do that. Let's hit the down arrow again, and this time instead of insert, choose duplicate. And by default, it's going to say copy of name. Let's change this to county : just like that, and maybe a space afterward. Leave it as text because this is text, it's not numbers, and choose add. And My Maps is going to make a copy of the name column and store it in a column called county. Again, the information is exactly the same. The only reason for doing that was so we could change this from the sort of nondescript name to something that better describes the contents of the column, which is county. Now, when I close that and go back to the preview mode, see when I click on Davidson now, I've got this. I've got county : Davidson County, Tennessee. That looks a whole lot better. So let's go back and hide name and maybe even put this title up here at the top. I'll explain that in a second. All right, so again, very carefully, select the county. It can be any county. What you do to one of the counties is going to apply to all of them. Click that edit icon, and let's see. Let's change the title of the detail window to that county column that we just created. So I just hit that little down arrow, and it's selected name by default. I'm going to change that to county. Now I need to hide the name column so it doesn't show in the detail window. And I also don't want this description field to show either, so I'm going to uncheck that. So all we have is the county column that we added up here in the header, in the heading for the detail box, and I have the median rent box checked. So choose Save, and let's go have a look at what we have now. Let's see, here's Preview. So now That looks pretty good. We've got Davidson County up here, um, and then we have the county heading right here, and then it shows us the name of the county, and then we have the median rent heading, and then the dollar amounts. Okay. Um, all right. So this is starting to come together, right? Um, in the next video, I'll show you how to style this information over here. This untitled map default heading needs to change. We can put a little bit of information up here and up here to kind of tell people what they're looking at, and we can also add colors and so forth to the map itself. So that's what's coming up next.